Hi beauties, it's Jean Piersanti with Beauty and the Stamper, and I had one of the beauties ask me a question about the Stampin' Blends versus the Stampin' Write markers and wanted to know what the difference is. So I'm going to go ahead and show you. We're going to just play a little bit while I explain. I'm going to get out a piece of Whisper White cardstock, and then I'm going to grab my Free as a Bird cling stamp here and my block. I'm also going to get my Memento ink. We're not making a card today, we're just kind of going over some questions about, you know, what you might have. So I'm going to take this really beautiful bird stamp and I am going to take my Memento ink. We're going to ink this up really good. And I'm going to ink right here. I'm going to stamp it right there. Let it get a little bit of time to transfer. And we've got that one. And then I'm going to ink it up again. And we're going to do another one right next to it. Okay. And now I'm going to get another block out. And we're going to get some words, and I will get out the words, thanks for being you. And then for this one here, we're going to do the alcohol inks. So you cannot put the alcohol inks on the stamp set. So I'm just going to take it. And we're going to say, thanks for being you. Because that's really what you have when it comes to your alcohol inks. And then, with your markers, we are actually able to do a little bit of playing around here. And, let's see. There we go. So what I could do with my marker is I could choose a color that I want. We'll just choose this one here. And it's got a thin side and a thick side, as does the Stampin' Blend has a thick and a thin side as well. I like using the thicker side. And I'm going to put on here, thanks. And then I'm going to take the blue, 50-50 chance. I'm always going to make the wrong decision. So I got a 50-50 chance for 100% wrong decision usually. And then I can just put some ink where I want it. Okay, now I can put it right down on there. If there's been any time in between, what I want to do is if you're like blowing all your air out, like that, you blow it right onto the stamp. That's called huffing. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And that see, it fogs it up a little bit, and that invigorates your ink. And so now look at that. We've got thanks for being you in 2 different colors. So that is a perk of having the markers. The alcohol markers, you can't really do that. If you put it on here, it is going to stain and dry and not come out really well at all. So cleans up really nice. We're good to go there. Now you could do your markers. We'll do your markers here. And let's say we want to color in this twig here. So I just get a marker color that I like, and I'm going to kind of just do it fast, right? So there we go. And then we want to put our leaves. So we're going to color in our leaves, and that's what you do with the markers. Not hard, very self-explanatory. And then if you want multiple color leaves with here, you just grab another color let's just go with this. It's a little bit darker. And you kind of go like that. Right. They don't blend really well together. Gives it a little bit of two different colors. So there we go. Okay. And the same with the little flowers on here. We're going to do a little flower here. And another flower here. Maybe one here. And here. You just color them in, then grab another color a little bit darker, and you can do that. Now you've got your flowers on there. I missed one of these little guys. And then let's go ahead and color in one of the birds. Color them in really well there. And we'll do another little bird here. And then maybe we have some bluebirds. Another bluebird. And this is if you want to kind of, I'm keeping his tummy kind of open, and then I can kind of put in a different color there. And there you go. And I'm just gonna go with back to this color and give them little beaks. And then you've got your markers. So that's how easily it is to use your markers. Really nice for coloring. I don't know how much I like that. So maybe we'll just go right back over it. You can see it gets a little bit darker. The darker you color it. And then I'll go ahead and go over again with the yellow so you could just see. So maybe if you did want to give him a little bit of like just his head kind of darker, you could go in, maybe his belly a little bit darker to give some shading like that. Okay. So those are your markers. You can do this lovely stuff here and here. And if you wanted to, I mean, you could, like we did here, color in the leaves and the flowers all different. In fact, since we're having fun and we're not making cards, we're just seeing the difference between markers and blends. You could go in here and you could do this all on your own with this. So we could go in here. We'll see how this turns out. This will be a fun little test here. And we're going to go get some leaves. I'll do the darker for these leaves so you could see it a little bit better. And it'd be a good way, maybe you don't really want the birds on there, right? So you just want to have the leaves and the branches for something else. This would be a good way to do that. Let's see. There's some more leaves here. And another leaf here. You just put it where you want it. And then we'll come in and we'll add those flowers. And make sure you don't let the two really touch too much. It might happen, but you just don't want it to touch too much because you don't want to start contaminating your markers with other colors. And then remember, we're going to do that little technique called huffing, where we're going to kind of blow. It's kind of like as if you were going to fog up a mirror. So we've only done this bottom branch. So let's go ahead. I'm going to try and fog this up again. Get that situated, and then we'll put the branch right under here. See there? So that's how you do that with some markers. Another fun way. Now we've got some alcohol markers, and we'll show you. We'll do the same thing. I'm going to take I only have the one lighter color. So we're just going to use that all the way across here. And then we'll put some leaves on here. And I do have different colors for the leaves. I'll get that out as well. Getting these leaves all nice and colored in, and I'm kind of doing it fast. You can use the smaller edge to really get some definition if you want. And now I'm going to choose this old olive color, and I am going to go with the lighter, and we're just going to do the same thing that we did, coloring just half. But I mean, if you're really good, you can really work on like where the light's coming from, you know, the angle of the light, and really do some magic with this. So you can see the difference. Let me move that up a little bit so you can see the difference in the leaves. See there? You can definitely see there. Here it kind of blends a little bit. And then if you want it to blend even more, go right back over it, and you'll really blend this together to where you really won't see much of a line. Just blend those two. And I'm doing it, I blend with the light. I like to blend with the lighter color. And just go right back over the dark and the light. And you'll see that it doesn't get much darker. But you could still see on here where you've got light and dark. See that there? And then we're going to go here. I'm going to just put in little beaks real quick. And then we'll go to some flowers. And I'm going to do all the flowers here in this lighter color. And then in the darker color with the thin, I can kind of just go around the outside here. And you can always just color it in if you'd like as well. Like color the whole thing in if you'd like. So you could see the difference in the flowers as well. And then we'll do our little birds. Again, I'm going with the thick side, and we're going to go around here and do the whole thing in light. You could leave some white space if you'd like. Color in the whole thing. Whatever you want to do. We'll leave a little bit. How about that? And then I'm going to do the yellow like we had. These little birds are so precious. I cannot wait for this to be live. And that's going to happen on June 4th. So speaking of, this is your host code, and it's MTJARKHH, and I'm going to be doing a live class, and anybody who orders $50 or more and uses this host code, or $150 without the host code, will get an invitation to my live class. We had a lot of fun at the last one, that was the Everything Rosy class. So I'm just going over here with this bird. There's already lines here, so I'm just kind of going over it where it already is. And then this little guy, I'm going to give him a little bit of a head there, and then go around, kind of like what we did here, and leave a little bit of light there. Now remember, I'm going to blend these two together. These are alcohol markers, so you can blend everything so nice and so well, and you could see that it's still lighter there. And then I'm just going to go over this to blend it in there. There we go. And then with this little blue bird here, we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to color him in where the shadows are. And then this guy, we left him a little bit lighter belly. This guy, we're going to kind of make him a little bit darker belly. How about that? So we gave him a darker belly, and now we're going to go here with this, and we're going to blend it all out again. So see how it's darker there, but you can't really tell. I mean, it blended it so very nicely. So there we go. And that is the difference. So is there a difference? I can tell in these bluebirds here and in some of those flowers, but both of them are nice. It all depends on how you want to use your markers. I do like these effects here. This is always fun, of course, but this is beautiful as well. I could cut that right in half and have a nice little card. Use this and cut it out with the die cuts, because there is a die cut set that goes, so I believe there's a bundle that you can get and save 10%. I don't know. I hope you guys like this. I wanted to do this for one of my beauties again. She's on my stamping team. So Gloria, I hope this answers your question as to what the difference is between the markers. Let me go ahead real quick while I've got this out. Now I'm just going to show you. Oh, I'll use a darker color. I'm going to just show you this is the thick, and you can do it at an angle and get it nice and thick. And then this is your thin line. There you go. And then let me go ahead and do this one as well. We're going to do your straight across thick, your long thick, and then let's get your thin. And I don't know if this thin will make a little bit thicker. Not really, but you've got that. Now, the one thing I do want to show you when we flip this guy over is with the markers, it didn't bleed through. So you could, if this were a card, right? If this were a card, you could use just this portion. It is a card, you open up, you don't see anything there. But if this is your card, when you open it up, you're going to see that. So you probably would want to have this cut down and put on another base. So those really are the main differences with the alcohol markers called the Stampin' Blends, and then the regular markers, which is the Stampin' Write, and they match up. So let me see here. You've got the Blueberry Bushel stamp set. Not the Blueberry Bushel, the Blueberry Bushel stamping pad, and then the Blueberry Bushel Stampin' Write. They have the exact same color inks in them, and they are both water-based dye inks, so they are going to match perfectly. And then here we've got these Stampin' Blends. They also come, this is a light balmy blue, and then this is the dark balmy blue. So it comes in a light and a dark of each color. And then they also, this is going to match up with the balmy blue ink pad. So, and then this is the Stampin' Blends. Alrighty, I hope this has helped you. If it did, please give me a thumbs up. Make sure you share these with your friends who are new to stamping as well. And alrighty, if you want to see more, make sure you subscribe right here. And I'll have all the information down below with a link to my Stampin' Up site, which is jeanpiersanti.stampinup.net. And then I will let you see that host code one more time. You guys, thank you so much. Please give me a big thumbs up, and I will see you soon. Bye!